Hi YouTube, this is Carlos coming to you back with another video, doing a type of video that I haven't done in a very long time. This is going to be a replay analysis of a tournament match.
Yes! 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 Yes!
To explain the rules of the tournament briefly, this is the Third Eye Cup where we play with standard Master Duel format. However, Maxx C is banned. This replay in particular is going to show you the power that a singular Kelbek can have during the Ishizu Tearlaments mirror match. Let's hop right in.
Almighty protector of the viewers and subscribers, I beg of thee, please heed my cry. Transform thyself from orb of light, and bring me subs in this fight. I beseech thee, grace my humble channel. But first I shall call out thy name, Carlos.
So we're going second here, and our opponent has opened Red Reboot, Kelbek, Double Siren, and Snow. I've opened Diviner, Fairy Tale Snow, Kelbek, Super Poly, and Planet. So my hand is looking really good, but I don't have much in the way of interactions on turn 1. That said, right now I'm of the opinion that Super Poly is going to hard carry in this match. You'll see that I'm actually mistaken.
It was me, Barry.
Our opponent activates Siren, and I'm going to fast forward a little bit until we get to a relevant point in the match. And make Kid Kalos. And summon out Rhino. And here, as our opponent resolves Kit and Rhino, they hit a Serenir as well as send a Hofness with Rhino Heart. Activating Serenir here was a huge mistake, and you're about to see why. So the Serenir accomplishes nothing aside from just sending a Lubellion to the graveyard. And the Hofness fuses with Kid Kalos to make Roll Kalos. However, because our opponent activated Serenir in that chain link and sent Lubellion to their graveyard, this triggers my Kelbek. And now I can force the Rule Kalos' hand. So I target Rule Kalos. That leaves your opponent in a very precarious position. Do I chain Rule Kalos and keep my monster, but then deal with a mill 5? Or do I just let the Kelbek resolve? That's a toughie. That's a toughie. In this situation, I actually think the best course of action was to let the Kelbek resolve and accept the fact that you played into Kelbek and lose your monster. Because you're playing a 60 card deck, you have 47 cards left in your deck. I'm playing a 40 card deck, I have 35 cards left in mine. You have already fused twice. So the odds of you hitting anything relevant off of your mills are substantially lower than my odds of hitting anything relevant off my mills. Let's see what happens. So I hit Siren, Rhino, and a yugioh. I cannot use the Rhino right now, but it's good to have in the graveyard. And my opponent hits, what do you know? Nothing. Now, despite the fact that I'm playing against a mirror match, I'm still going to activate this yugioh because, again, as a reminder, my opponent has already fused twice, and they are playing a much more bloated deck. I have a much higher chance of milling something good than they do. In this case, I mill a Foolish Burial Goods, a Scream, a Merly, and a Rhino, as well as another Aqua to put back with Siren. Which means that I can immediately fuse for Kaleido Heart, skipping the Kid Kalos step. On this next chain link, I'm able to activate Kaleido and the Merly, as well as Scream. My opponent has once again milled nothing relevant. So here with Kit, I send the Rhino Heart, and then the Rhino Heart is able to send the Sulliek that I added earlier. So I'm starting my hand like fully loaded. Moreover, the reason why I actually shuffled back the Rule Kalos earlier, even though a rank 4 play is more threatening than a Rule Kalos, the only rank 4 that I'm really afraid of on turn 1 is like Baguska, and because I have Planet in my hand, I already have the out for it anyway. That's not a big deal. Here my opponent is able to use their own Kelbek. Fair enough. And making a Mud Dragon makes it very difficult for my opponent to ever really accomplish anything. Now there wasn't much value to really gain from using Hofness there, but no, we do it anyway.
Fight!
And lo and behold, we actually did hit a Miller. Or we actually did hit a Shuffler off that, so not too bad. It's worth noting that our odds of hitting a Shuffler there were pretty high given the fact that our deck had been already condensed down to so little cards after milling 10. And this is not even on our turn. The draw from Dragonhawk to our opponent is a Deer Note, again, consequence of having your deck bloated. The final fusion attempt is met with a Mudora, which also contests the Snow in Graveyard, forcing our opponent to use it. Here they make a turn 1 0 Boros, believe it or not.
You're supposed to start small and then work up to it.
And actually use its effect on turn 1. I called Divine with Mud Dragon just for a little bit of BM. And effectively, when you consider the fact that my opening hand was Diviner, Snow, Super Poly, Planet, and Kelbek, my one Kelbek traded for all of my opponent's cards. -1, the Deer Note. The 0 Boros is nothing. I have 10 million ways of outing a 0 Boros. And that's the end of the game. Hopefully you saw the power of, once again, a singular Kelbek and what that could do in the mirror match. Do not play into Kelbek. I understand that post-ban list it's going to be at 1, but if you can ever help it, consider it like playing into Hofness. It could be just as bad. Hope you enjoyed. So I hope you all enjoyed this replay analysis. Hope you learned something. And I have another one coming later from the same tournament. However, the next replay analysis I'll be doing on YouTube is actually going to be using the September ban list. And we'll get to see something a little bit more fresh than just Ishizu tier mirror matches. Even though, what could I say? I could do Ishizu tier mirror matches until the end of eternity. But anyway, that's Rule Kalos signing off. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.